Hello leaders, welcome to another awesome week. Thank you guys so much for being here once again. It is going to be a good one. We are doing a new month, and this new month with October, we are doing created in the image of God, okay? And so it's all about kind of mirroring what God does and how he does it and all of those things because we want to be more like him. And so obviously not being God himself because we don't want to be gods, but reiterating the points that we are made in the image of God and that God has created us that way for a purpose. And so with that, we're going to go ahead and start with the first activity. And this first activity, what you're going to do is invite the kids to describe an animal without actually saying the animal's name. And so that can be like, for instance, if you're doing a monkey, right? It could be, swings from trees and eats a lot of bananas, and then they could figure out monkey. And so see how many of those that you can do and that they can do or come up with to have the others in the room guess for them, okay? And also go ahead and ask if God has done something really cool in their life that week that you guys can celebrate together, okay? This next activity, you are going to have this piece of paper, and with this piece of paper, you don't want to show the kids what this looks like, okay? But what you're going to do is go ahead and have it in a position to where they can't see what the picture looks like, and then it has different instructions that are on it. And with these instructions, it basically writes out how to draw this, but you want to do it to where they can't see this one so they don't copy it exactly, right? So when they're gonna do it, they're gonna go through the whole thing and it's going to look somewhat like this, but maybe not exactly like this. And with that, you can be like, hey, we're all created in God's image, but we're all created a little bit different, right? We're all created a little unique. If you also have another leader in the group, like a junior leader or just another adult leader, go ahead and have them do this one as well so that the kids don't feel like, oh, like I didn't do very well with this one or whatever. Like no one's is gonna look all that great and it's not really gonna look all that perfect like the picture, but it's all gonna have the similar qualities or the similar aspects together, but created uniquely, okay? And that's what we're really focusing on today is created uniquely, okay? This next one, we are gonna do, you're gonna have a piece of paper, and with the piece of paper, you're also gonna have some paint and some yarn. And so this piece of paper, you can get some paint and the kids can pick whatever paint they want, put it on the plate if we have some plates for them and stuff. With that, they can dip the yarn in that color. Then they are going to make an indentation with the yarn on the piece of paper. So they like fold the piece of paper in half over the yarn once it has that paint on it. And when it comes off, it has almost a mirror image of that piece of yarn. And so it'll look very, very similar on both sides, but it will have a few different things that aren't exactly perfect or don't look exactly the way that the other one does. But that's what mirroring is all about. We can't be exactly God, but we can mirror what God has for us and what he has done for us, okay? And a lot of that came obviously through the image of Jesus. And so you can kind of explain that to the kids too and be like, we are supposed to mirror Jesus because he was our living example of what we're supposed to do on this earth, okay? So that's gonna be like a mirroring activity, kind of just go back with, we're mirroring what God has done for us. We're mirroring all the aspects of God, things like that, and go through some of the characteristics of God too. You can even start with the definition of love in 1 Corinthians, where it talks about love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control, and just go through those aspects even of the different ways that we can mirror God, because God is all of those, and he is those things, because that's what love is all about. So, okay, this next one, what you're gonna do is you're gonna have some Play-Doh, and with this Play-Doh, you're gonna have them recreate these different playground pieces with the Play-Doh as best as they can, okay? Obviously, they won't be exact, but you can have them recreate it to where they look like these different playground pieces and whatnot. And then you'll have some questions on that piece of paper too, like, does your playground look exactly like this playground? Well, no, it looks pretty similar, but not exactly, right? It's got some differences in it. So they may not look exactly the same, but they definitely reflect or look like that picture or the things in the picture, okay? In the same way, we can also reflect this God's goodness that he's given us, right? And all the things that he's asked us to replicate, right? Okay, this next activity, you'll have this verse and you'll have some lifesavers. And with these lifesavers, they'll be connected to these verses and stuff, or you'll have different colors stacked on each one of these. And with that, what you're gonna do is you'll also have some toothpicks. And so you can get these kids in groups and they'll work on putting this verse in order together with with the toothpicks. And with the toothpicks, they're going to take a toothpick, stick it in some Play-Doh, and so it's sticking straight up in the Play-Doh. Then these lifesavers will go in order on top of that toothpick, but they have to use another toothpick to actually grab the verse and the lifesaver that's attached to it and put it on their toothpick that's in the Play-Doh, okay? So that's just another way for them to learn the verse and to kind of figure that out, okay? This next one is your last one, just the prayer and everything. Write down characteristics of God that they can model this week on top of those beautiful portraits that they did when they were trying to recreate that image that you were drawing out. Go ahead and have them write down some different characteristics of God that they can mirror this week, okay? And so that'll be your closing activity. Pray over those things. Pray to give them power to do those things all through those characteristics, okay? Thank you guys so much for all that you guys do. See you guys soon.